Good morning, Lufkin Central and Online Worship Community. My name is Jason Hollinger. I'm the preaching and community minister here. And as we finish off our week in our Jesus and Coffee morning devotionals, as we do them Monday through Friday mornings. And so we will pick up again Monday morning, but we have two more evening devotionals for the week tonight, and then Saturday night, and then Sunday we jump into our time and worship on the first day of the week, and just a good blessed morning that we have together, and you are more than welcome to join us for that. As a matter of fact, if you have any questions, anything that you'd like to know, some more info about Central, and just maybe you're new to the area, and just you're new to faith in general, then definitely reach out to us. You see a number there on your screen right there. You can text us at that number. For our time in Jesus and Coffee this morning, we've been going through the different chapter 3s in the Bible, and we have made it to John. John chapter 3. And probably within this chapter, the most well-known verse in the Bible. And we're going to get to that here in a little bit. We're going to do a little reading, issue our challenge, and send you on your way for today. So John chapter 3. Hear the word of the Lord. There was a man named Nicodemus, who was one of the Pharisees and an important Jewish leader. One night Nicodemus came to Jesus and said, "Teacher, we know that you are a teacher sent from God, because no one can do the miracles you do unless God is with him." You know, sometimes we say we, and maybe we're speaking for the group, or maybe we're not, but at the very least, Nicodemus is stating that he and some others are saying, we will concede this fact. You're doing some things that nobody else can do. Jesus answered, "I tell you the truth, unless you were born again, you cannot be in God's kingdom." Now you kind of sit back and say, why did Jesus make this statement? That doesn't seem to fit with what Nicodemus said, but hang on. Nicodemus said, "But if a person is already old, how can he be born again? He cannot enter his mother's womb again. So how can a person be born a second time?" But Jesus answered, "I tell you the truth, unless you are born from water and spirit, you cannot enter God's kingdom. Human life comes from human parents." Jesus would know a little bit about this. Human life comes from human parents, but spiritual life comes from the Spirit. Many looked at Joseph and Mary as his parents, but as we mentioned the last two mornings, at Jesus' baptism, there's a statement, "This is my son, with whom I am well pleased." Don't be surprised when I tell you, you must all be born again. The wind blows where it wants, and you hear the sound of it, but you don't know where the wind comes from or where it is going. It is the same with every person who is born from the Spirit. Nicodemus asked, "How can this happen?" Jesus said, You are an important teacher in Israel, and you don't understand these things? I tell you the truth. We talk about what we know, and we tell about what we have seen. But you don't accept what we tell you. I have told you about things here on earth, and you do not believe me. So you will not believe me if I tell you about things in heaven. The only one who has ever gone up to heaven is the one who came down from heaven, the Son of Man. Just as Moses lifted up the snake in the desert, the Son of Man must also be lifted up, so that everyone who believes can have eternal life in him. And here you go. God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him may not be lost, but have eternal life. God did not send his Son into the world to judge the world guilty, but to save the world through him. People who believe in God's Son are not judged guilty. Those who do not believe have already been judged guilty because they have not believed in God's one and only Son. They are judged by this fact: the light came into the world, but they did not want light. They wanted darkness because they were doing evil things. All who do evil hate the light and will not come to the light because it will show them the evil things they do. But those who follow the true way come to the light, and it shows that the things they were doing through God. When we think about this, we look and, Nicodemus makes a statement, and we believe that you're a teacher, sent, definitely different from the rest of us. You're doing things, the miracles you're doing, only God can do them through you. They can only be done with God. And Jesus immediately makes a statement. If you want to enter the kingdom of God, God's kingdom, this is what needs to happen. And, as we mentioned earlier, we said, it seems like a strange response, but it was actually in many ways the perfect response. Nicodemus had just made this statement that only God can do great things. He just made this statement about God, and just in that Jesus was doing these things. And so Jesus essentially says, you want to know more about this? You want to be more involved with this? This is what it takes. That ultimately it comes down to eternal matters. Ultimately it comes down to what's next for us. So here's your challenge. As you go throughout your day, look at those moments. Seize those moments and use them as opportunities to speak life, to speak light, and to lead someone to know the Father. Now, it's going to take some choices that we make. It's going to take some opportunities for us to say, this is who I want to be, and this is what I want to do. But I guarantee you, in doing this, we will bring something about that has just been ready for us to cultivate, ready for us to experience, to harvest of. We will bring life. We will bring hope, peace, joy, forgiveness, mercy, grace to all those around us. So speak it and lead others to know it. If you need any help with that, let us know. We're here. We're here for you. You're here for us. You're an inspiration to us. Can't wait to hear how it goes. Y'all have a great day, and God bless.